How you doing, everyone? This is the inspector back with you for another shave, and today is Veterans Day. So to all you veterans who've served and will serve in the future, your past generations, we thank you. Today, before we get started, as you can see, I have a special friend here, my friend Mark Anderson. He's visiting, him and his wife from Missouri. And I visited him in September, and then he's back here. Unfortunately, we're not in Atlantic City right now because my wife is still in the hospital. She'll be getting out Monday, but that part didn't work out. But they are here, and we're just, we've had many discussions, a lot of which we haven't had, a lot of old discussions that never get old as much as we tell them. Okay?
Yeah.
So I served with Mark in Kaiserslautern, Germany, West Germany, when it was West Germany. That's right, I'm 57. He's even older than I am.
That's right.
And so in 84, 85, he was my supply officer. I was a PFC, Private E2, and he was a lieutenant, first lieutenant, I think, right?
Right.
And you ended up a major, right?
I did.
That's
retired
correct.
As a major. Yeah.
He retired as a major after 32 years. So he's been through more than I can even imagine. And every time we have a conversation or he's here where we have a lot of time together, these stories come out and
They're hilarious.
Yeah, and some of them are pretty unbelievable. But Mark is here. You can see he has a beard, so he grew out his beard for the winter. So in March he's gonna clean slate it and take it off, and he uses Harry's, right? Use Harry's, do you?
I switched to Jeremy's razors.
Oh, Jeremy's razors.
Simply because Harry's started saying things about bad things about guns and gun owners and so on. So I just said, nah.
Right.
Go with people that support me.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Mark doesn't have any experience with, he has experience, of course, with wet shaving, but different implements that I use. So I'm going to go through the whole process. A lot of you new guys would catch on to it. And it's some of it might be the first time Mark is hearing it. Sometimes he's heard it before, but he'll be asking questions and we'll do a back and forth. And so anyhow, it's been, not too bad. Almost 3 minutes. We haven't gotten started yet. So that's the background information. So we're going to first start, we'll first start with the soap. We're going to be using, now I have a lot of new stuff coming in, so I'll do that in other videos, but I want to make it sort of appropriate, the stuff that I use that'll tie in with Veterans Day sort of themes sort of thing. So we're going to go with PAA, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, F Bombs, it's called. And it has a wonderful scent. It's fresh, clean. It's hard to describe, but it's a really nice scent. I do have the aftershave splash. This is the CK-6 formula, 5 ounces for $24.95. And then we have the splash aftershave cologne, which I'm not going to put on because Jolanda's allergic to stuff. So, but normally I would use these two in conjunction. I'll put this back. So,
Very kind of you.
yeah. So we'll do that. We're going to be using our Hendricks & Company HC&C stainless steel bowl with the rounded sides with the grooves on the bottom here. You see how much I put in there?
Yeah.
That should be plenty for what I do, 3-pass shave, whatever. You can do a couple more passes with it. For a brush, we're going with the Omega barber pole brush, synthetic, very nice. I love the handle.
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
for
red,
Veterans
white,
Day.
and blue for Veterans Day. That's why we picked it. Mark picked that out, and that was very nice. So we'll be using that. And for our razor, we're going to go with the most excellent Supply Razor SE, the 16 fins, the Nick Stop technology on it. I haven't cut myself yet. Very safe on the face.
Wow.
If you're coming from a cart razor, like some of you guys may use, this is a no-brainer for your first safety razor being a single edge. I just changed the blade, very easy injection, and it ejects the blade out. They're about $1 a blade for the Supply Black Label blades are great. $1 a piece. I got 7 shaves off of it. Do the math, and it's a deal. I mean, when you consider the price of cartridge razors and everything else, $59 comes with the blades itself. I got a stand because I like to prop it up and make it look nice. So that's that. First thing is first, and we'll first wet our synthetic brush. This doesn't have to be pre-wet, but I'm gonna put a little bit of dampness into it and start our lather, and we'll add water as we go. So I'll do that right now. I've cleaned out my face really well. I'm gonna wet it before we start. Everyone has their different routines. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shake out most of the water inside, so I have a damp brush. I'll start working this in, and I will need definitely more water. You'll see. Sorry about the clanking, that's part of what happens.
That's when you know it's working.
Yeah, well, you can see this is very pasty, and of course we're going to add more water. It's a lot on the brush now, so that's a good sign. I'm not mashing. Do not mash your brush. Early on I ruined a brush because I mashed it down, and it ruined the fibers. That was a natural fiber. Well, it's the same thing with this too. You don't want to ruin your brush because you're lathering the wrong way. So I'm going to add a little bit of water as we go here, and you'll see the transformation already. The lather is coming up, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Good and slick.
It's very slick. I work this in, and everyone has their level that they like of water in their lather. I like it thick, not too much water. I didn't add too much water in here, did I?
No, you did not.
So it's as simple as that. So you just keep going around. I'm going to add just a tad more because the lather will, as I work it in, you're going to see now it's going to explode, right?
That is amazing how it...
Now there's a lot
It
of...
looks like whipped cream.
Yeah, that's the consistency you want.
Yeah.
Whipped cream. I got plenty on the brush, and that's more than enough to do the job. So my next thing, my lather's ready. I'm gonna wet my face to get the hair nice and soft. So that's the next step. Doesn't take too much time.
Do you wash your face beforehand, or
Yes.
just wet it?
No, I washed it really thoroughly. I'm just re-wetting it. So off camera,
Yeah.
I washed it really nicely with good artisan soap.
What was the artisan soap?
PAA, Phoenix Artisan
PAA,
Accoutrements. Yeah, I use the scraps from my my shower when I get it down to where it's troublesome, but I still have a good amount. I put it in a marble shave bowl. As you can see, my scraps of soap, and that's what I use until it gets down to nothing, and that's that. So I'm not wasting any soap, you know. So my face is all wet and prepped. I'm going to dry my hands because you don't want anything to slip, obviously. And we have all this on the brush, and we'll just... Favorite part about wet shaving for me is putting the lather to my face. And boy, let me tell you, just this scent pops. You can smell it. I mean, even from there.
I can.
It's pretty stout, which most of us guys like in wet shaving because you're not buying a soap, you're buying an experience too, you know? And a lot of guys like to lather for 5 minutes. I don't do quite that long at a long shot because I don't feel I need it, but my hairs are pretty well prepped at this point, so you can see how much lather I have. Still, I'm gonna take it away from my mouth because you don't want to eat this, but all right.
Well, I might.
Some of the soaps I have, you do want to eat. You want to feel like you want to eat it.
That's
because
right.
It's very gourmandy and excellent.
But we were Army, not Marines, so we don't eat crayons and we don't eat soap.
That's right. Okay, so I have my supply here. We're gonna heat the blade, heat the razor so it's not cold blade on face. I like to leave my lather just for a minute or two, so it does a further moisturizing and prepping of the face. So that's done. First pass, of course, with the grain. Just lay the razor on the face, let the razor do the work, and just right, nice and easy. This thing is so smooth. Okay, we'll rinse it out. I'm rinsing it under hot water, not in dirty water, because it would get residue on my razor. Not a good thing. I don't have to really clean my razors really thoroughly because I rinse it really well with hot water constantly. Do the other side, knowing which way the grain goes. Okay, it's just, you don't have to think about the angle of the razor like you may have with some other ones. Soap is excellent. CK-6 formula by PAA.
Is that real comfortable?
Oh yeah.
I can hear it scraping, but at the same time, it
Oh,
doesn't look like it's pulling.
No, it
That's
shouldn't
wonderful.
pull.
That's
If you're pulling, chances are you have the wrong blade in. With these blades, the black label, they also have the white. I haven't tried the white label blades. I don't have to. These are perfect. Yeah, no tugging whatsoever. And you can hear it working. And I can go over and over my face with this. The most I'll get is a weeper or two. But that's, once I hit it with water, and I can hit it with an alum block, which we will do just for trading's sake, even if we don't need it, but that takes care of most everything.
For those of us that are old veterans on blood thinners, the darn alum block is that is an essential item.
Yeah. When you buy a kit or something and you're new, do yourself a favor, buy an alum block, okay? Or a styptic pencil, which is a little bit more concentrated than an alum block. For your more serious cuts, if you get them, you use the styptic pencil, rub it in really well with the stick, let it dry, leave it for, you don't have to let it dry, but leave it for at least 30 seconds to a minute, then rinse off the residue. Also, rinse off that stick because it may have some blood on it, and wipe it off with a towel, let it air dry. Don't let it keep wet because it'll turn to absolute mush.
Those are absolutely difficult to find in stores these days. Where do you get yours from?
I get mine online.
Online from
eBay. Usually they'll come in, you can get I like the jumbo ones, the big sticks, because they last a long time.
Sure.
I get 4 or 5 of them, and I'm set for God knows
how long.
Yeah. So that's definitely, you want to keep that in mind. First pass, Excellent. I got 90% of it off. I'll rinse my blade out. I'll wet my face again, and we'll do a second pass against the grain like I normally do.
While he's doing that, I'll say to our Marine brothers, nothing but love for you, Semper Fi.
There you go. Yeah, it really. I remember back in the day when we served. It was I'll never. It's almost like it happened yesterday. Yeah, and next year will be number 40, and wow.
Exactly. Yeah. How amazing that it's been that long. It's like we just went to sleep and Rip Van Winkle woke up and here we are, old men.
Yeah. Yeah, 18 turns into 55, 60 and over really quickly.
Yeah, it does.
And you know, the more time goes on, it means more. It for me, anyhow. Is it the same thing for you?
Yeah.
You don't really think about it when you're going through it. You're just doing it you're doing your best, like any situation, to get through it. Okay? And it's not easy. You know, doing, whether you do 3 years or, 20, 30, over 30 like Mark has, it's not an easy road. I mean, there's a lot of bumps in the road, and it's not for everybody, but for the ones who do, they understand exactly what we're talking about.
Sure.
And right?
They are the ones that survive are your absolute best friends, and the ones that don't survive are your heroes.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, we'll do second pass against the grain. I'm going to start on my neck. My against the grain is east to west. So I'm not applying hardly any pressure because make sure to get that grip sleeve, guys. If you get the razor, spend $6 and get that, because it provides a good grip, good control. And the last version I had of this razor, I didn't like the shave nearly as much, and I didn't have the grip sleeve. So, and then from here, we're just gonna go up the sides, and I'll, you know what? With my leftover lather, I'm gonna do a quick head shave after I've done my face here. And a lot of you like to see the head shave. I've shown it before, but I'll continue to do that. There's people that, like how I first got into wet shaving, I just happened to be scanning channels and surfing, and it comes up, and once you get started, you can see how much I have as far as gear goes. And it's a rabbit hole. But it's been a lot of fun. And stuff that we're not really told when we're growing up, right? I mean, and some of us have learned the hard way and found the hobby, and but there's plenty of people who don't shave this way. So, okay, I got my sides under the neck perfectly smooth. I'm going to start on my goatee going against the grain, and this is my usually sensitive part of my face. Have you any questions, Mark?
Not at this.
Everything makes sense to you?
Everything makes sense. The whole world makes sense right now, man.
We were up really late last night.
Yes,
so
we were.
We're just, it's what, about 2 o'clock now?
Yeah.
In the afternoon, and we're like, we still have to take our showers and everything else.
Yeah.
And It's like, wow.
Yeah.
But
It's amazing how late you stay up when you're seeing an old friend and smoking cigars.
yeah, we've done our cigar smoking.
Yeah, drank some port.
Yeah,
That was to honor our those of the sea services.
yeah,
So the only thing we didn't do was put on a beanie hat with a propeller on it to honor the Air Force.
yeah. Okay, so that's perfect. That's perfect now. See, it's just, well, you can see on camera.
Yeah.
I'm working on about 2 to 3 days growth, I think. Last time I shaved was Wednesday morning before I picked up you at the airport. You're in Jolanda.
Yeah.
So it was sort of last minute that I sort of brought it up and say, let's
Why not?
do a video together.
Why not?
And
Why not? It's amazing. It's amazing.
yeah, so I'm going against the grain here, and right above my lip, I have to come across, and if you're not careful with other razors, you can cut the top of your lip really easily with that. And I'm working on a brand new blade here, of course, as I probably have said before. We'll do the other side. The hairs are really coarse here, and I have to get right up to my nose, so you would think that this would be a big deal, but it's not. It gets in that tight little corner there. And yes.
With that blade being so straight and flat, it looks like you don't have to move your nose out of the way. I always have to move my nose out of the way when I'm going that way.
Yeah, I don't. I just stretch.
Yeah.
I do that, and that's that. So that's our second pass. Some of you like to do 3. I just do 2 because the across the grain pass, I'll do if I'm only doing 2 passes with my shave foam and I'm in a hurry and all that. But we did 1 with, 1 against. Let's rinse the face. And you can always tell partly how good a soap is because I'm having a hard time rinsing off the residual slickness. Usually you don't want to shave without any lather on your face. I do it because I know my skin, what it can take and what it can't. Okay? And so, yeah, wow, that's a lot of slickness there. We'll go to the towel just to pat the face dry. As I do with the SE here, the supply, I just take to dry the blade really carefully. I'm not moving it sideways up and down. I'm just grabbing it at the head and just still, okay?
That's interesting.
And it goes back in our holder here. And you know what? We'll first put some alum block on the face just to show you guys. Mine is a PAA alum block. It's been around for a while, as you can see. So we're gonna wet it with cold water or warm water. It really doesn't matter, I guess. And we're just gonna
Hit those couple of places.
Yeah.
That might have gotten there.
right, just a little weeper action, or just a tiny nick that can be sealed up. And I rub it in really good around my goatee area and my lower neck, and Okay, part of your post, guys, important. All right, so I rinse out the alum block like I do. Take my towel, dry it, and then I will put it in the holder and let it air dry for next time. Now I can wipe off my alum. Also, I'll do another rinse. That's pretty good. I will take out one of my great products that I love is the Thayer's facial mist. I'll do that after. I'm going to do a head shave, quick head shave, just to, you know, get it going. I need to do a little bit and a nice once over with my disposable razor that I use. So anyhow, the Thayer's is great for calming the skin after a shave. Makes your skin feel nice and moisturized. Excuse me, moisturated. That's not a word, okay? So what I'll do now is I haven't prepped my head. So what I'll do is I'll take my artisan soap. I will rinse it, and then I can apply the lather I have left on, and we can start our head shave.
Moisturated. Is that like nuclear?
Yeah. Okay, so that's done. Now I can apply my lather to my head. So that's good. We're using our extra lather here for our head shave. And just laying it really nicely.
What that kind of teaches you is what you had in that cup was an awful lot of lather then.
Yeah.
Even though it was just a dot.
Yeah, you think it's not a lot, but I mean, at the end I'll squeeze this out. I'll show you how much I still have in the brush. Yeah. So I'll take my Schick disposable. You all right there, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
I need to sip my coffee.
Okay. And this is the pivoting head, which I like. Waiting for that high-proof razor to come on Kickstarter. End of November, early December, so that may be a good replacement for my disposable cart razor. So we're just going to go from front to back, really easy. Okay, I'm going to get most of it off. I don't think I'll go in against the grain pass. I don't think it's really too necessary. And I'm just, of course, going over overlapping areas, making sure I get it really nice here. A halfway decent one pass head shave doesn't really take a ton of time, but I haven't really timed it out, but less than 10 minutes, obviously, I think, yeah. And in the back, you have to make sure get it nice and flat on the skin. Okay, rinse it out and you'll see that? The hair in there?
Yeah. It's pretty significant.
Yeah. They're not long, but it's a lot of it.
It's a lot of it.
It's a lot of it,
right.
Yeah. And so we'll do that, and then we'll just, we have the other side and the rest of the back. Watch it around the ears, guys, because that's a lot of times where you wind up getting cut. And that is not good. Right. Okay, wipe out, get that rest of the hair out of there. Shake it off. Next step is we'll rinse the head. Sometimes I get a spot or two that I see that I'll just quickly go over again, no problem. All right, we'll take it to the towel here. So we've done a full face shave and the head shave, and it's, well, the results are, you know, great. Mm-hmm. Absolutely spectacular. We will take the Thayers that I showed you earlier, the coconut water. These come in different scents, but they don't last. Once you may smell it, Mark, just for a little bit, and then it'll dissipate. Mm-hmm. You smell that coconut coming through?
Throw that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
But
nice.
You can do it after shave, and it won't offend anyone. And this really works. I really don't hold back on this. As you can see, like I do my aftershave when I put it on, I really like to lay it on thick. And so we have that. Now, the last part we'll go into is, of course, we're gonna clean. First, I'm gonna squeeze out this lather to show you and Mark how much lather we have just in the brush.
Wow, that's amazing.
Okay, so I didn't.
And you still have a bunch in the cup, too.
I do have some in the cup, yeah. If we need to do more, I don't pull it, guys. I don't pull the knot, because then you might take some hairs out. You don't want. Gently squeeze it. Mm-hmm. You have this. Now we're going to really rinse it well. You want to get all the soap out and just run it. I use hot water because to me that breaks up the soap the best. And so you really want to get in there and just with your fingers through the brush. Okay, I think I've done a decent job now. Mm-hmm. I'll squeeze it gently, shake it out, and we'll take our brush and just go very nicely.
It's an old painter's trick.
Painter's trick, right? Mm-hmm. And when I get done with it, okay, two things should happen to you new guys, as I will show you in the camera. All the little bristles of the hair are not clumped together. If you got them clumping together, you still have soap in there. Okay, so back and forth against the brush, and what you wind up with is feel how dry that is.
Yeah, almost completely.
Almost completely dry. Okay, so we're done with it. We'll put this back in our holder here with the rest of them. We'll rinse out the rest of the lather here. This PAA is a little softer soap, which I like, only because I use what I use and I don't wind up with extra soap on the bottom that I have to deal with.
Roger that.
You know, if it's a little bit stuck there, that's no problem, but PAA is soft enough where it just comes right out, which is great, okay? Make sure you dry out your bowl really nicely. Right? You just
doesn't leave residue.
No residue, no nothing, no water
stains.
Yeah. Okay, that's
nice and shiny.
Right. So that's how you take care of your equipment as far as that. I don't think you really have to clean synthetics because you're using soap already, and you know it just the natural hair brushes are a little different. Every once in a while, get a good cleaner. They sell them online, and clean your brushes. I only have 2 Badger brushes. I use mostly synthetic. Once in a while, a boar brush you'll have to clean too, and that's just maintains it the way you want it because you want your stuff to last. Even though you have a lot of stuff, a lot of you have God knows how many brushes, how many soaps, everything, blades, the whole bit. So we used the Supply SE. We had the HC&C Bowl. We had the Omega Barber Pole red, white, and blue brush. Phoenix Accoutrements F Bombs, which is Tom Ford's dupe of Effin' Amazing. I'll keep this G rated here. And that's great. So there's the shave. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to thank Mark for
I enjoyed it.
Sharing in this video with me. Next video, I don't know when I'm going to do it. Within the next week or so, I guess I'll start doing other new products that I've gotten. They're piling up, so I have to present them. Just did a giveaway for a whole bunch of stuff. Kim Gray, congratulations. She's got it in her hands now, and I hope she enjoys that. And I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I want to thank Mark too. Yeah, that's it.